All right. Hey, collective. I'm back with another one. Now, y'all, I know that last reading, that midnight reading, it went real south. But I have to put it out there, guys, because if I don't, it's just going to keep coming up in the reading. And I got to be truthful with my craft, y'all. Now, if it don't resonate, do not make it fit your situation, boo. Okay? Now, somebody needed to hear that, so I put it out there. All right? Now, let's try this again. We're going to utilize these same two decks. Now, hopefully something different will come out the cards. I'm pretty sure of it. But when I try to not put the message out there, because sometimes I know it can get a little crazy, it just continue to come up into the cards until I put it out there. All right? So, let's do this again. I guess that's probably why I've been staying away from them cards, huh? You remember I was using them the first time when I first got them, they was going crazy. Then I start using one. Let's see. Now we got to get through it, y'all. We got to get through it. All right, Spirit. Can we get something nice? Nice. Now you have tension coming out here. Yeah, get a little tense, y'all. Get a little tense, but we're going to get through it. All right, Spirit. Let's do something. All right. See if we can shake up the frequency. Ooh. You have confrontation. Now, don't go nowhere because it might not even end. It might not be bad. And you got retrograde coming out here. Wow. Shit. Spirit. Spirit. And mystery is at the bottom of the deck. Now just know that if you on the right side of this thing, everything gonna work out for you good, boo. Alright? Alright, Spirit. What is this tension? Okay. Now you got the goddess coming out on tension. Now where's okay. Spirit is ready, y'all. And you got the damsel. Right here on confrontation. Spirit is ready. And then you got the knight on retrograde. And at the bottom of the deck is the hermit. Now, I know that this is about to get really deep. I already know it, y'all. I just know it is. Now, the goddess in the night, I want to say that because I don't think it's another card in here, I don't think it's a king in here. Let me see. I don't think it is. Yeah, you do got a king. All right. Now, this is somebody that's loyal. This says loyalty, romance, chivalry, a love of honor. Now, they didn't come out in the reverse, so we good. Now, you have confrontation with damsel. And this is understanding the nature of a healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Now, it's so crazy that at the bottom of this, it says, waiting for a knight to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusions. Now, it's in the upright. However, you have the goddess over here that's on tension. And it says the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life forces, and sensuality. And the shadow is exploitation of the female nature and form. Now, the night shadow attributes is allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Now, we're going to look at both attributes just because. Now, you can just tap in. Now, depending on what the tarot is depicting, I think that's what I'll probably draw more from. Because retrograde in review is that review that you need to have in regards to past relationships, y'all. And we in it right now, all the way up to the 25th. Boy, this is one heck of a month with Aries energy. Don't we got a full moon at the chat. It's a lot going on in this month, y'all. It's a lot going on. And the tension and the confrontation is real. And boy, I'm trying to tell y'all, you're going to have some tests, some challenges. Unless you live by yourself like me. Now, I'm not picking with nobody, y'all. Listen, I'm not just trying to make a little light of the situation. All right, but let's see. I think I want to pull from these cards again. Is it these, Spirit? Let me see. Yeah. Now you have patience and bonds. Now this snowball effect over here, because this is what this is talking about. I'm going to actually read that out just to be clear on that. And this, you got bonds on confrontation, bumping heads, y'all. Let's see. What is this? Wait a minute. What is retrograde? Now I'm trying to think. I need another vows. Now this is the major. Now this is on a like macro aspect. Now this is the vows and that honoring that commitment in regards to your soul journey purpose. Now I'm gonna read each card out for you, just so you can tap in a little bit more fully. Okay. Now at the bottom of the deck is distractions. Now at the bottom of this deck is the Midas and the Miser. Now I think you do have that divine guidance through these distractions. You know? Now I'm telling y'all, I think it's some serious mysteries about to be uncovered, because mystery keeps showing up. Now I think that has a lot to do with your commitment and determination in regards to your vows. How you showing up. Now I'm pulling from all the readings that I just did. You know, they kind of do go all together. So you can always go back to any of my readings and listen. They always somehow coincide, unless they go off like that 12 o'clock reading I had last night. Now I don't know who that was for, but it was for somebody, y'all. But hold on, because there's another couple of cards that I need to put over here. And this is what I went through to right away. So let's see. Is it the Spirit? Now that was too quick. Okay. That was quick. And at the bottom of the deck is Imagine. And this is all about your imagination. That's how you bring in those manifestations. With your imagination. And I like this, that you got the Midas and the Miser, telling me that you got the Midas touch. That's just like being an alchemist. And you have the Healer. Telling me that you have the ability to heal yourself. Come up out of karmic relationships if you are in any. Now let me see. And this is what we're looking for. Now you got New Life, Message in the Bottle, and the Fates here. That came out rather quick. Now what I want to do is read out this Patience and this Snowball for you. Now it's telling you to wait and see, as you are not seeing the full picture. Develop patience. It will take time to develop mastery. Patience enables you to make better decisions with more information. Go deeper. Some things worth having take time. Right here, Goddess. Now, this is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life forces, and sensuality. With this tension card. Now, let's see what tension is telling you. Let's take it one row at a time. Now it says life is about work. This phase needs juggling, muscle building, and the careful coordination of competing needs. You may feel pulled between one path or another and pushed to make a decision, but with some fancy timing and rhythm, you may be able to do it all. Working with people who have diverse mindsets, skills, and backgrounds can be challenging, but in the long run, these collaborations prove most productive and enriching. Find points of ease, the few things everybody agrees on already, and build out from there. Honor differences and expand. Now, we just had the expand that came out in the same position. However, this doesn't necessarily have to be around work per se, but this ascension process, y'all. Again, gathering up all that information from different resources that's going to help you in your spiritual path. And this is what this goddess card is telling you. That this process takes patience, You can't rush, your ascension process. You got to do the shadow work. You got to pay attention to those relationships. You got to walk away and make those sacrifices to leave behind what no longer serves you. I mean, it sounds at sacrifice. It sounds like it would be rather easy to do, when it's not serving you. But it's sometimes those guilty pleasures, that instant gratification that is hard to walk away from. You stay so long stuck in the dysfunction of it all until it's hard to walk away from it sometimes. And sometimes I know it ain't that easy to walk away, depending upon resources and things of that nature, but when they say there's a will, there's a way. Because right here is new life. Now, a lot of y'all done walked away from it and waiting on your manifestations to come in, and you had it up the head with the waiting. I really don't know what to say about that, boo, because I'm right there with you. Okay. Right there with you. Okay. But, listen, some of us have made the steps to come up out of those relationships. Some people are still in those relationships and haven't come up out of them, y'all. So you need to pat yourself on the back for having the courage to walk away. All right, now let's move on to bond. Now it says community is important. Look at where your loyalty lies. Ensure you know both sides of the story. Respect is needed on both sides for a true bond between people. Teamwork may be required to get the job done. A deep and healthy bond shares feelings, experiences, and common ground. We must be clear between our own emotions and those of someone else to avoid unhealthy attachments. And that's all about those codependencies, those toxic relationships that you let go of. You understand what I'm saying? That mutual respect that wasn't agreed upon, whether they be intimate or platonic, family or foe, whatever, boo. The damsel looking for love in all the wrong places. That's why you came up with all this confrontation. It's time for you to save yourself. You can't wait on no night to come save you, boo. You gotta save you. You know what I'm saying? Now let's read out the vows card. It's kind of making a lot of sense right here. But it do look like you got a new life. And that's lining right up here with this. A new frame of mind. Worldview. New thoughts in regards to relationships. You understand what a healthy bond is now. This is what you're looking forward to. And mysteries in that regard is going to unfold right here with the sun at the bottom. Yep, and rebirth is next. That's what you're going through right now. And it doesn't happen overnight. That's why patience is there. That's why that snowball is there. It's building. It's momentum. Now, this card says, keeping your word is important. And then says someone may be trying to damage your reputation by breaking their word. Check all legal contracts thoroughly before signing. If you make promises to yourself, see them through. You are worth keeping your good word to yourself. Honor yourself. Now, this is crazy. It's talking about contracts and things of that nature. I mean, but it goes on. And it talks more about, the contract in regards to your soul's journey. However, in retrograde, that communication breakdown, keeping your word, you got to be mindful of the trickster spirits that's out here. Because you do got the miser out here at the bottom of the deck. This is just like an alchemist. And it says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. However, this says hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. You know what I'm saying? And that's another codependency. Fear. Staying stuck in it. Not having trust in your vision. Yeah. Now, it do look like you got loyalty coming your way, romance. Little chivalry, open up doors for you and things of that nature. However, that mutual respect return. And you can't give retrograde, you can't let retrograde be an excuse. I want to say that. Because you have to be mindful, because you're aware of it. Everybody knows about retrograde. Now, retribution and karma is circling the block at this time. It has been for a while now. And I don't think it's going away anytime soon, boo. We're in a different time. I think people are starting to understand that karma is real. Now let's see. That, the night is real, ain't it? Now this is all about patience. Right here on that snowball, telling this gaining momentum. You understand what I'm saying? Be through the tension. You still gotta have that patience, boo. You look like something that's coming with this message in a bottle. This came right back at the bottom of the deck. That full moon is gonna be hit, y'all. There's a lot going on this month. I'm excited. I'm just waiting for the mysteries to unfold. They can do whatever they want to do out here with CERN and anything else they want to do. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. What say you? That's a new beginning, a new life. Yeah, how the door's gonna open up for you. Listen, they ain't pumping no fear in my veins. I'm fearless. Let's take this one first because it hit the deck. And we'll take that. And this was at the bottom of the deck. And this is on the other side. And you know that this is getting your mind right. Learning from those past karmic lessons. Moving on. And we moving and we grooving, right? Now, there's a lot of surprises to be met. Now, this message in the bottle could be a surprise. A whole lot of gifts. Some tension. Some unexpectancies. But you're going to get through it, boo. Now, you know that the Page of Wands brings in good news. Now, it do look like you're moving through confrontations. Forming new bonds. Moving towards new bonds. Yeah. You also got the Fates card down here as well. What's fated for you is what's fated for you. Now you can hold up your fate by staying in karmic relationships. Well, you know what? I actually think, when I think about it, people say that you're in the right place at the right time. A lot of times those tower moments get us to pay attention to things and push us forward. But sometimes we just sit and just sit on the nail. Don't get up off the nail. You know what I'm saying? Wake up one morning and you're 100 years old and still sitting on the nail, y'all. So I don't know. Sometimes you can slow down your own destiny. How determined are you? How determined are you? Now that's a lot, but I'm gonna pay attention to it. Yeah, look, how determined are you? That's what I'm saying. How determined are you? Are you gonna come about it? Karmic relationships? Stop focusing on that so Spirit can give you what it got to give you. Work on yourself so you can liberate yourself. Love yourself. Bring justice in your life. Wow. Wow. Hmm. Now look what we got on confrontation and damsel. The page of swords. Now, a lot of people like to look at him as a little stalker or something like that. Learning, trying to figure out where you going. Now this is communication. Gossip and all this other crap. But I think you're going to move through that. Because this is on retrograde. Now pay attention to those vows, those contracts, honoring your word. But let's see what's the next card going to be after that. Let's see. I think I'm going to put one more card. And it do look like you're going to move through. Yeah, I told you this is a new meaning for me. It's like you communicating with those folks on the other side. You're conjuring up your ancestors to come kick some tail. That is some type of message that's going to help you move. Intuition. Gifts. Now that's the Lovers in reverse. Mm. Let's see. Now it do look like somebody is moving away from some type of confusion, a bond or something right there. It looked like he walking into you, was fated for you though. Maybe you got tired of sitting on the nail. Because it's in reverse, in retrograde. Now we know that this can be expected in regards to relationships. A lot of endings that's going to bring in new beginnings. I also want to say that there may be some review regards to past relationships that you're going to be moving on from too. Finally putting those sour thoughts to rest, I want to say. I think a lot of you guys are really, 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 done. I think you're liberating yourself from a lot of negative thoughts that you once held on to. Look, you're even moving through confusion over here with these Eight of Cups and tension. I think you understand that you are a goddess. Look, this is on fate. Having that patience. A lot of growth here, y'all. A lot of growth. Now, I must say that we have to understand that some people just ain't going to grow up, y'all. Some people just ain't going to do it. Some people just find it more comfortable to stay in confrontation and opposition. Wow. Now, this is what came out, but this is what's on the split. I'm not sure what that's talking about, but somebody is liberating themselves and moving on from some type of confrontation. Look. Wow. But that, you got something so very passionate coming your way. Somebody that's strong, independent. And even for my fellas out there, somebody that's your equal. It's almost like this is on review. This is somebody that's strong in their position. But even the review in regards to money. And that's why this is in reverse. Whoever that's coming is very loyal. And I don't think their intention has anything to do with money. Now, somebody that may have been in a relationship for financial gains, I think you're moving on from that too. Yeah. 'Cause all that glitters ain't gold. Now, I don't know who we read. Viewing these messages, you got people from all walks of life and do all kinds of things, y'all. So, and if you tap into my readings often, you know I don't choose what comes out the cards. I'm just reading them. That's why I read out the meaning for you, so you can tap in. You know? Yeah, somebody. Yeah, look at all that. That's a lot of money. But I don't think that is a person's focus. But somebody got a lot of money coming. I think it's going to shock you. Now, of course, I'm talking to somebody that has planted some seeds and can actually expect some return on something that they've been working on. I'm not saying money is going to fall out the sky miraculously. Unless you're playing the lottery or something like that. I don't know. You may win or something like that, but I'm just saying. You got to plant some seeds to get something. Hey, can't. Something about to be released. Look at that. That all ain't nothing but showing up but coins. Look at that. 3, 4, 5 with the 8. That's crazy. And I always tell you, it comes from self-love. I think these was the 2 cards that came out. The 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody feeling left out in the cold, confrontation. But somebody about to be stable. But make sure you review who you collaborating with. Vows, honor your vows and all that good stuff. Honor your contracts. If you're signing any, be careful of any contracts that you're signing. Yeah, but something about to be released to somebody. I don't know. Now we did see something about inheritance and things of that nature. That might be having something to do with something. Yeah. It's a lot of money. Yeah, but I told you, somebody's gonna be sad. And I don't think that's you. Your fate is protected. Yeah. It's like you tapped in, boo. Whatever you've been projecting out is what you're getting back. I think you tapped in. You done learned from those situations. Yeah. Something is, look at all that. Yeah. Somebody did a great job at healing some type of situation. But I think that whoever this loser is, this is them in this relationship. Maybe they didn't honor their vows. Mm-hmm. Something going on in that regards. But you got something different. Let me pull one of these cards. Been messing around with that. Alright. Spirit be ready. Now this is something new. I don't know what it is, y'all. But I'm being obedient. Even though I ain't even shuffle the cards. What is that? Satya? I think that's how you pronounce that. I think that's at 85. Now it says, you are moving towards your truth, peeling off all layers of inauthenticity that have been placed upon you by social conditioning. Through this shedding, you are finally feeling truths, bare skin, as you place your finger upon your face, finally coming home to yourself. It says this truth has been dormant inside you all along, waiting until your awakening. Through this process of understanding, unlearning, and evolving, you become a Buddhi, awakened person. Continue to step into this new paradigm of truth as you shed off false beliefs, narratives, and stories so you can emerge as your true self. Ask yourself where and how I show up more authentically in my life, what makes me feel like I'm living in my truth, are my relationships in alignment with who I am at this moment, what mask am I still wearing to make me feel loved, secure, and significant. Now I think you're doing all that, boo. You're stripping away the mask and all that right there, facing those confrontations, walking into your fate. Yeah, I think you get it. The right in between the goddess and the knight is the damsel. Now the damsel can be a man to guys. All right. However, I think you get the picture. Yeah, I think both parties, the man and the woman, are stepping up to the plate. But of course, we got some folks out there that just ain't gonna wake up, y'all, and you gotta face that fact. All right, boo. Now that is your message. This was a little better. And forgive me for stumbling over the words. as I do try to get better. All right, see you on the next one. Love you, love you, love you.